Hi, Tantric travelers. Welcome to the Sun in Taurus free pick a card reading that I would like to offer today for all of my amazing, powerful, gorgeous subscribers and all viewers who have come across Tantric Traveler or who have decided to check out this free pick a card reading today. If you do enjoy it, I invite you to hit the like button and perhaps leave a comment. That's always appreciated. And you are also invited to enjoy more free videos, including full moon and new moon readings of tarot and charms, and assorted readings that I offer when my guides inspire me to do so. And today is one of those days. The sun has gone into the house of Taurus, and this energy is one of my favorite energies of the yearly zodiacal wheel, because Taurus is a lovely combination of Venusian energy coming through our solar parent and interacting with the powerful feminine energy of the earth plane, our planetary parent. So this is a very balanced masculine and feminine energy, a very balanced masculine and feminine house, in spite of the fact that the bull, which many of us know represents the house of Taurus, is, a male animal. If you look at the shape of the bull's horns, you will see that it resembles the crescent moon. And because the bull is so stable with his four legs on the ground, connected with earth always, and because bulls were sacrificed through many different religious eons and epochs on the planet, their blood is considered to be a sacrifice to the sun, because the bull is a solar animal, and when that sacrifice was offered, it was, offering like energy to like energy. So that's really beautiful. And also the crescent moon shape of the horns can also be seen on, in the iconography of many spiritual traditions, including the Kemetic or Egyptian, where the goddess Hathor, who is an aspect of Isis or Aset, her headdress also shows this crescent moon atop it, which is also interpreted as the bull's horns. So Hathor is the mother goddess, and she really represents the Milky Way and the beautiful maternal energy of Earth in this solar system. So that's a little bit of esoteric information for you. But today, because Taurus is itself ruled by the planet Venus, and we have this beautiful Venusian energy, which some of you might know that is kind of my thing. Taurus rules art, creativity, beauty, pleasure, so food and drink, abundance. And I just love this energy so much. I have my sun in Capricorn myself, so I can really relate to enjoyment of earthly pleasures, and the privilege and honor and experience of being housed in this physical body here on earth is something that Taurus allows us to get back in touch with. And so today I would like to offer you, my dear subscribers and amazing viewers, an opportunity to look into an aspect of Taurus in yourself, which is beauty. And in sort of my understanding of it, I know that people say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I do agree with that in many ways. Clearly, human perception shifts and changes, our relationship with external reality, including the people and things that surround us. But in my opinion, beauty is an energy which is in balance with the natural universe. So when people are at their most authentic and their most natural, in my opinion, that is when their beauty truly shines through and others may perceive it very clearly. So this reading might include characteristics of your external appearance or body, your energy, and your internal self, because I believe that all of those things kind of come together, and when you're interacting with others, this could be other people, but your dog might think you're beautiful too. And there could be different reasons that your dog thinks you're beautiful than, your boyfriend or girlfriend or your mother. So everybody has a different position, and we'll see which energies come out for each of the 3 piles today. So I hope I explained that properly. But anyway, the title of the reading, or the question we're asking in this pick a card reading, is what makes you so beautiful? So for the first pile, the meditational object is this jade wand. Lovely shade of green. Okay. And the second pile, pile number 2, I have this very sweet piece of coral from the Pacific Ocean. I guess it's really a skeleton of coral, but it always reminds me of 3 people dancing together. And the third meditational object for pile 3 is this Lemurian quartz crystal. So very powerful for communicating within our multidimensional consciousness. And of its own attributes, quite a beautiful crystal companion. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle here on camera for each of the 3 selections. So if you'd like pile number 1, the jade wand, pile number 2, the Pacific coral, and pile number 3, the Lemurian quartz. Okay, and I'll put the time stamps down below, and by the way, at the end of the reading, I will throw some charms for everyone. So if you watch your pile, you might want to look at the time stamps below and see when the charm throw happens, and join us again at the end. Okay? Perfect. Let's start with pile number 1. Okay. For pile number 1, the jade wand. Viewers and subscribers, I'm asking my guides, my kind, wise guides and ancestors, Archangelic Alliance, to connect with your kind, wise guides and ancestors, your highest self, your loved ones and admirers, to ask and answer the question, what makes you so beautiful? Okay, so for pile number 1, what makes pile number 1 so beautiful? Thank you. So I'm going to shuffle and ask for a card, at least one card from each of the decks. So for pile number 1, viewers and subscribers who chose the jade wand, asking your highest guides and ancestors, Archangelic Alliance, what makes you so beautiful? What makes you so beautiful? What makes you so beautiful? What makes pile number 1 so beautiful, please? What makes pile number 1 so beautiful? This one, cute. And from the Animal Tarot, our wonderful animal guides and guardians. For pile number 1, those who chose the jade wand, please answer the question, what makes you so beautiful? Animal guides, thank you. Okay, let's see what we have, pile number 1. Ooh, it's juicy. So we have the Page of Cups, the High Priestess, and the 10 of winged ones, which is peacock, a very beautiful bird, considered to be the most beautiful bird by some. And this came out in reverse. So this is the 10 of swords in the traditional tarot, in reverse. Okay, let me just see for a second here. Let's relax a little bit. Okay. Well, first of all, viewers and subscribers who chose the beautiful jade wand, you are extremely creative, and your creativity flows through your physical form and comes out in the way that you walk, the way that you stand, the way you move. You're very fluid in your movement. You create art, the way that you speak, the way you communicate. You could be a dancer as well. There is a strength in you, but there's also an incredible flexibility in your movement. So you may have studied yoga, you may teach or be a student of yoga as an ongoing discipline in your life. Your energy is very young and youthful. You may have a very youthful sort of spiritual age. So whereas, people say, oh, well, my little boy, he's so wise already. He's 3 years old and he must be an old soul. The reverse can also happen. So independent of your actual earth age, you could maintain a soul age, which is very youthful and, could be interpreted as childlike or kind of, youthful and adolescent even by some people. And it's very attractive and very beautiful. And you may also in this way relate to other young people, relate to children very easily, because your beauty vibrates at the same speed, with the same quality as that of a very unself-conscious person, such as a child. But you do know that you have power in your beauty, but it doesn't affect your humility, and you're not immodest about it because you consider yourself to be a natural person. And you appreciate the beauty of nature, and your physical presence reflects that. You also, I believe, adorn yourself in beautiful clothing, and it could be your interest in many other cultures, that you may sort of draw different pieces from your travels, or people may give you gifts that they think will suit you because you can wear very unique patterns and fabrics and colors and wear them with a style all your own. And this is very attractive. I think there's what would I say, like a fearlessness about you too, which could be sort of reflecting, the youthfulness, your soul's youth. But there's like a fearfulness and a sassiness about you, both in your physical movement and maybe even in your self-expression. You could be like that kind of bossy big sister sometimes. And people find that really beautiful and really charming. So I do get that, all of that, from this lovely representation of the Page of Cups. So after that, youthful delight, we're then bringing in what makes you so beautiful. We have the High Priestess. And I think another thing about you that people find very beautiful is that you don't reveal yourself to others in a careless way, that you are carrying some very profound complexity, and you do carry some knowledge and you do wield wisdom, which not everyone has taken the time to look into, and not everyone has taken the time to allow to come into their lives, and made space for in their lives. So your level of understanding and wisdom, I believe, can be kind of seen in your eyes. And there could be some really nice contrasts in your beauty. And that could be, that could be in your actual physical form. So you may have very milky white skin with black hair. Or you may be, very, very petite, maybe have a very petite build, but the actual structure of your body is very lithe and muscular and mature and lovely. And also, there is a confidence about you. Although your eyes are very wise and striking, there's something about them that veils things from others. And it might kind of strike people, depending upon the observer or the perceiver, it might make some people uncomfortable. They might think that you're hiding things from them. But as we talked about, most things are in the eye of the beholder. And those people it might be in their nature to, deceive or to conceal things from others. So they assume that you're doing the same. But really, they can't see through the veil because they're not ready. They wouldn't be able to handle it if they understood really what the nature of your beauty is. So yeah, there is a very spiritual quality to both of these cards, the Page of Cups and the High Priestess. And also the Page is considered to be a student, as I said, whereas the High Priestess is clearly a teacher. But every good teacher knows that we are all the students of our students. And I think that may be one of the juxtapositions of your beauty, your youthfulness, intertwining with your wisdom and mystery. So your feisty, sassy youth intertwining with this deep wisdom. And it's difficult for people who aren't accustomed to looking past the surface to understand that, these kind of opposites can exist within one being or one energy field. So it's quite profound and quite deep, and you're inexplicable or undefinable in that way. And then, of course, we have the 10 of Winged Ones, the lovely peacock. And this is, some of you may know the 10 of Swords card in the tarot is... It's a difficult energy. I mean, it's an energy of someone who has experienced some suffering and difficulty in their own lives and in their own karmic experience. But the beautiful thing about it is that the 10 of Swords actually indicates an end to a karmic cycle, so an end to a difficult, possibly, cycle of learning. And the peacock, this gorgeous, jewel-toned, multi-eyed bird, and the eyes of the peacock, again, are bringing back, this mystery and depth and otherworldliness of the eyes of the High Priestess. And that does, signify the pineal gland or the third eye, auric body. So it's showing, that there is this intuitive and spiritual quality to you, and that you have gone through some major learning in this lifetime. And I don't think it really shows on your face, or, it doesn't really show in your physical aspect. And that could also be something that confuses people. They might have heard that, you've experienced some suffering, or you've had some very intense experiences that others can't really comprehend. But the peacock is also considered to be the bird most likely in the natural world to be the phoenix. So when the peacock flies with his beautiful draping tail from branch to branch, close to the ground usually, but they can fly, it's just so lovely to see. And the colors of, these electric blues and these gorgeous jade greens, and iridescent golds of the peacock's tail, just, ignite our imagination and ignite our spirit in a way that can inspire us to continue to grow and continue to move forward no matter what difficulties we are enduring. And I think, the peacock in reverse here is saying that you look like you're healed, or you look like you are healing, and you could be a healer as well as, this high priestess and this creative, youthful, graceful, sassy sort of being. I think people think that you have a regalness to you as well, that there's something very special about you. And yeah, they're very drawn in by, there's something in your energetic signature which is recognized as someone who has been doing some healing. And I think that is very admirable. And also someone who has risen from the ashes and, really come out of harsh, difficult, or, very challenging karmic experiences here on Earth as this jewel of a being. So that's what makes you beautiful, pile number 1. Amazing. So much power there. So that's your reading, and as I said, please come back and check the timestamps for the charm throw at the end. And if you want to witness that, or you can come back and meet us at the end again. Okay? Take care, pile number 1. Hi, pile number 2, the Pacific Coral pile. So let's find out what makes you so beautiful. So these are your natural, authentic qualities, but also the way that others perceive them. Okay, kind, wise guides and ancestors for pile number 2. Please ask and answer the question to the guides and ancestors and Archangelic Alliance of pile number 2, Pacific Coral. What makes you so beautiful? This one. Okay, I'm going to draw about one from each pile. So pile number 2, Pacific Coral, subscribers and viewers. What makes you so beautiful? What makes you so beautiful? What makes you so beautiful? Pile number 2, Pacific Coral. What makes you so beautiful? Guides and ancestors of subscribers and viewers chose pile number 2. Please answer the question, what makes you so beautiful? Okay, we got 2, and I'm going to take both of them. And from the Animal Ancestors deck, for pile number 2, those who chose the Pacific Coral, what makes you so beautiful? This one. Okay, so wow, the energies are really high today. So we have the sun. Can't really get much better than that. We have the 6 of Wind and the Chariot that came out from the Spiritual Tarot. And so we might have some air signs here. So Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. And we have the 6 of Winged Ones, the Dove, move between cycles and worlds. And this came out in the healing position. Okay? So for pile number 2, the coral, the sun. You shine from the inside out, and when you enter a room, people's consciousness is automatically drawn to you, and when they see your shine, their spirits lift. Your energy is like a natural, magnetic, golden, abundant energy, and it's quite intense sometimes. It can be very, very passionate, and your voice you could speak in a very impassioned way, and your voice could be sort of authoritative in some way, but there's a sweetness and simplicity to what you choose to express, which balances that out. So there's a humility and a quality of innocence to you, which is always renewing itself. And there's a purity to you. There's a purity to your appearance. If you're a woman, you may not adorn yourself with a lot of makeup or fancy or expensive clothing, but there's something about you that in your natural clear state is so striking that it can sometimes almost floor people. You could have your birthday in May. I'm receiving a very strong Taurian energy from this. Although the sun rules the house of Leo, it's so interconnected with our relationship on Earth with Venus, which rules Taurus, that I'm really feeling like you could have your birthday in May, or this end part of April when Taurus begins. And you could be a gardener, you could be an animal lover, and your kindness to animals of all sorts is striking. Your gentleness and your naturalness with animals and with children is a quality that people notice, and a quality that you appreciate about yourself, and is very, very beautiful. Your understanding of nature and your gravitation as a natural being, your gravitational pull as a natural being, is something that's really, really special and amazing about you. I think you always sort of look happy, or your energy feels happy to people, and that's not always an easy accomplishment as a human being, but you seem to be making some kind of a conscious choice to live your life in that higher vibrational state, and this inner light, this inner happiness really shines through you and everything you do. And you're also very open and approachable, and your approachability, as I said, is like this magnetic or gravitational pull which keeps your family and your friends and those who love you and admire your beauty close to you, and wanting to look at you. So there's a very visual quality to your beauty, as well as an energetic quality of light. So I'm also noticing there's a lot of yellow in the cards that came out for you. And we have the Six of Wind, clarity. So this is an Aquarian energy. And again, it's kind of supporting the sun energy. So there's an understanding of both the external energies that affect you and make you who you are, and the way that you express yourself. So your voice could be particularly noticeable. You could have a very clear and pleasant tone to your voice, whether you are a male or female person. I feel your voice could have a sort of masculine quality to it, or a timbre to it. So an even and balanced, beautiful tone, and very musical. You could be a musician, and your interest in music could give a particular cadence to the way that you express yourself otherwise, besides through your music. It could give a cadence to your voice, the way that you speak, the way that you walk, the way that you move. There is a rhythm to it, which is kind of, the phrase golden mean is coming into my mind from your guides. So there is something that you are creating as an artist, which is always influencing your vibration to this very calm and steady and pleasing vibration. So in a way, somebody might describe you as being a work of art, or your deepest and most intimate admirer might be thinking that you are a masterpiece. We have the Chariot as well. So the Chariot, I think, is reflecting this energy of beauty as well, because the Chariot is major arcana, or universal divine energy, and I feel that you have released the reins somewhat in your work, in your creativity, whatever it is that you do that's creative. And it could be the way that you interact with your family and your children. It could be the way that you organize and create your home, and the frequency of comfort and pleasure and light and shelter in your home. But everything that you do is guided by the golden mean, or the divine mathematics of beauty, which is a reflection of love and a love vibration here on earth, the source spirit vibration of perfection, which is unconditional love. So you release those reins, and you're allowing yourself to be guided by a higher consciousness